afternoon, my shock trooper friends. Welcome to the Tuesday, August 23rd episode of WTF Central Oregon, where I give you my uncensored view on Central Oregon, life, news, and events. Can you believe it? I finally made it to episode 20. Now, the question is, what am I going to do when I make it to episode 50 and episode 100? I'll leave that for you guys to decide. As usual, I am your host and #1 rated online Central Oregon news host / social commentator, Jeremy Johnson. But the last time I checked, I'm the only one, but I won't let that steal my thunder. I had a great weekend, Central Oregon. It seems I made a great choice in hiring my new meteorologist, Pachito Jenkins, as he was pretty dead on with the weather. So, speaking of my man, let's find out what Chief Meteorologist of WTF Central Oregon has to say about the weather leading up to Friday. It looks like it's going to be a great few days ahead of us, Central Oregon, so hit a trail, float the river, go camping, and enjoy the great outdoors. Now that we're done with the weather, on to the local news. Oregon State Police Bomb Squad was called in Sunday afternoon to detonate what appeared to be a pipe bomb off the side of the road on Highway 20 east of Bend. That's just neat. If local servicemen didn't have enough problems dealing with IEDs on the sides of the road in Afghanistan and Iraq, now they, along with our community, have to deal with them in their very home. The alleged device, which is described as a metal object wrapped tightly in duct tape, prompted local law enforcement officials to call in the Oregon State Police Bomb Squad unit to come detonate the device. I would like to kind of be put on speed dial for these kind of things, as, you know what, I'm a man and I have a great appreciation for explosions. I'm just hoping that it wasn't something left over from my earlier teenage years, well, roughly around my anarchist cookbook stage. No, I don't actually think that's the case, as all my creations pretty much blew up, whether they intended to or not, and I never really made it that far east of Bend. After all, I think it would have been a little uncomfortable to ask my dad to drive me out east of Bend to blow up more of my G.I. Joes. But I digress. We live in a completely different world now than we did in the late 80s and early 90s, where it was socially acceptable for young Central Oregon males, but not encouraged, to blow stuff up. Now it's kind of a different story. If you do that kind of shit now, you are a sleeper Taliban agent, you are shipped off to Quantico and branded as a domestic terrorist. Bottom line, here's the deal, Central Oregon male youth, bombs are bad. They get you into serious trouble and may result in serious injury or even death. Start looking into women. Even though much of what I said previously applies to them as well, you cannot go to Quantico for being in a relationship. Yet. Anyways, moving on to the next story. You may remember me talking about last week where 2 RVs and multiple vehicles spontaneously combusted in alfalfa, therefore destroying all vehicles involved, 2 acres of land, and a shop. In related news, a fully restored 1956 Corvette valued at over $60,000 decided to follow suit and catch itself on fire in a southeast Bend garage. A smoke alarm placed in the garage warned family members, who quickly responded with home fire extinguishers to contain the blaze until Bend Fire Department could come to completely extinguish the vehicle. Okay, first we have the Alfalfa Vehicular Suicide Pact of 2011, and now we have this poor guy who, after 55 years of life, decided that he just cannot take it anymore. You were in your prime, my man. 55 years old is not that old. And what the hell is up with the rash of vehicular suicides in the area? And why the hell are you guys trying to take your families with you? Are you feeling neglected? Is your family ignoring you? Is the price of gas too high for you to continue on moving on with life? Well, if you are one of these vehicles, please do me one favor. First, do yourself a favor and call those caring people over at the Suicide Prevention Hotline. And second, if that doesn't work, please do not talk to my mountain bike. The damn thing is quasi-suicidal to begin with, and the last thing I need, in addition to it trying to run me into every solid object in Central Oregon, is for it to spontaneously catch on fire while I'm riding on it. And that is it for the local news, my friends. Time for local events. And for local events, we'll be moving on to the Divine Clipboard. Yep, nothing really going on Tuesday through Thursday, so I guess just enjoy the sunshine. But if you are a band, a comedian, an event planner, or anything like that, feel free to leave your event on WTF Central Oregon's Facebook page, and I will try to get it out for the next episode. But please make sure to post it at least 24 hours ahead of Tuesday's or Friday's episode, as I usually write 1 to 2 days in advance. If you post it the day of the show, I can pretty much guarantee it will not make it out on that day's episode. Sorry, it's just the kind of way I'm running right now. And I have a surprise for you, Central Oregon. I'm not going to ruin it just yet, but let's just say it's kind of a controversial thing that I'm going to do this week that's going to benefit my champion charity. So keep an eye out on the WTF Central Oregon Facebook page, and I'll drop clues as to what it is that I am exactly going to be up to. And that's pretty much it for the show, Central Oregon. As usual, you can find me on my Facebook page, my YouTube page, my Twitter page, and you can even email me directly at WTFcentraloregon@gmail.com. I really look forward to your comments, and I want to remind you, please like the Facebook page, not just the Jeremy Johnson personal page. It kind of makes me feel better about the show when you do that. And that's pretty much it for today, Shock Troopers. Be safe, Central Oregon, and I'm out.
You don't feel the ones and you don't know how to skate.